Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Manon and today I'm gonna do a little video, and what I want to do is try to read 100 pages a day, which is fairly ambitious. I don't know if I'm gonna, I've done it a while. Like if I have like books that I really love, I just keep reading to the detriment of my sleep schedule. But here's the thing, I'm like working on another video in which I am going to read the book that has been in my bookcase the longest unread, and one that has been in the bookcase the shortest unread, because let's be realistic, we all buy books that just end up in our bookcase and we just never read. Yeah, this is the one that's been in there the longest. I feel like I don't need to explain why. It's a big one. It's a solid 1,000 pages. I'm gonna try to read 100 pages, and I'm gonna take you along with me on the ride for it. Okay, I very enthusiastically said let's go, but yeah, I also realized that I did not explain anything about the book. So I have the Dutch version of it, but it's City on Fire by Garth Hallberg, and very briefly, City on Fire follows the investigation of a Central Park shooting that took place on New Year's Eve during the 1970s. And I'm pretty sure, I believe it's like kind of where a lot of different storylines intertwine. I kind of compared it to like Love Actually. So I just hope it's worth it. That's all I'm hoping for.
I found somebody, I say you don't cross my mind. And she doesn't know that your favorite place is still mine. Now I take the long way home.
Alright, so I'm back. And it's now obviously the second day. I read the first 80 pages. It was around the time that I got like really tired and was like, okay, I think I should go to bed, because otherwise, you know, you're gonna continue on and you're like past your sleepiness. I was like, I'm gonna be awake until forever. But I think at this point in the book, or for 80 pages in, I've kind of learned or got to know, I think, all the characters at this point, or at least the main ones. Like the two kids, the couple, all of them, and you slowly start to connect the lines. Have no idea who passes away yet. We're still like in a building up phase, and just the book itself, like the story itself, it's now New Year's Eve. I think it's around 9, 10, so we have to wait a little bit longer for the big thing. And I don't know if it's like one of them is gonna pass away, get shot, or just someone they know. I'm kind of in like, I do want to continue reading on, so I'll probably read a little bit during dinner, and then also after that to plan in a little bit of part and see if I can catch up a little bit on the pages that I left yesterday. So today I'm gonna try to read a little bit more than 100 pages. Let's go.
Avoid what I can't let go. I don't always think about you, but sometimes I do. 'Cause sometimes I drive through all of the streets we used to on First Avenue. 'Cause sometimes I don't even know where I'm going at first. All of the turns that I had to unlearn, back to the surface, the feeling of all that we were. I don't always think about.
Pull me in, draw me close, I wanna hear your heartbeat. I wanna feel your breath on my cheek. Pull me in, draw me closer, I wanna hear your heartbeat. I wanna feel your breath on my cheek. for a drink again. I am here, I am close. I want you to hear my heartbeat. I want you to feel my breath on your cheek.
So, the week has passed and I have tried to read 100 pages a day. Do you have to admit, the big question, did I make it work? No. I mean, I read up to over 500 pages and I'm really happy with that. It's a lot more than I was hoping for. I was aiming for the 700, but realistically, it didn't happen because I had a lot of sometimes unexpected events or place that I had to be or people who came to visit, which is totally fine, and therefore I wasn't able to read for 2 days. Hence, it's 500 instead of 700, but I'm still very happy. And I got halfway through the book in a week's time, which, to be fair, it's a lot faster than I normally would have. So this was great to keep me on track. Also, if you think like, hey, this is slightly different than like the audio and video and the rest of the video, you're completely correct. I had a few issues with my camera because it says the card is full and I emptied it, so it isn't, but my camera still is full and doesn't want to record, so I have to figure that one out. But I just wanted to really film this video, the last part of it, so hence this is on my phone. But anyways, onto the book, because to be fair, being 500 pages in, halfway through the book, I have to admit around like 200-300 I was kind of thinking like, I don't know, I'm gonna like this, because he does a lot of like juxtaposition, like a lot of background on the characters. So the initial part I liked when they talk about New Year's Eve and introduce some of the characters, and you get like a bit of a sense of who they are. And then I went on to the story and it started talking so much about some characters and their backgrounds and their history. And I was just like, I really hope this leads to something, because I've read a few bigger books this year where there was so much storytelling, and then by the end of it, it's kind of like, why? Like, I didn't need to know all of this. It seems so random. Like, I went hundreds of pages on something that I just really didn't need to know for you to make your point. But I'm not halfway through, and I'm pretty sure that's not the case here. And I do really like it. And I think what Garth really Hallberg really does well is that because there are such a multitude of characters, you obviously don't know every single one by their name and who they are. So what he does really well is at every new chapter, when he introduces a new character, he lets you know through clues who they are. So you don't really feel lost when he just starts talking about a person and you're just kind of like, I don't know who that is. You gotta help me out. That's not a feeling you get, and you really quickly take on to like, oh, this is the journalist we're talking about, or this is the father, or this is like one of the high school kids, or so on and so on. And that just makes it so much easier to read the book. I think I'm now also at the stage where a lot of some of the characters are meeting and you kind of start recognizing the lines, because the thing is, someone gets shot and you just have to figure out who it is. I think that's the main storyline, and a lot of people try to figure out what has happened or what's going on. And obviously, like, they tell you like a lot of people are interconnected, which you do get from the beginning of the book, but now you find how they're connected and some lines that you just didn't know at the beginning. So you're just as much as some of the characters figuring out what's going on and who's related to who and what's going on and what are we supposed to do, and like you also just don't know what happened on New Year's Eve and why it happened. Also, this story I think continues up until July 1977, up until the giant blackout in New York City, and I'm now in like I think April 77. So it's like 3-4 months left to go of the storyline. So I think now it explained now. I think the first half is like explaining a lot about the characters and their backgrounds and who they are. And I think now it becomes more of a faster pace because it was slower paced at the beginning. And now I think it becomes faster paced in figuring out what has happened and what everyone's up to. I want to read this for another video initially, which is the book that has been in bookcase the longest, which is this one due to its size. And the other one is this one, which I have recently bought, which is Burn Our Bodies Down by Rory Power. She's also the author of Wilder Girls, which I didn't know when I bought this. It just, the cover, I fell in love with the cover. I was like, wow, that's really pretty. I want to have it, what's about. And the storyline also seems very interesting. So yeah, that's another video that's coming up. So if you want to know what I eventually think of this book, if it is worth the read, I mean, it was a giant hit in 2015. See if it's worth the wait. If you want to know, subscribe, put notifications on, and if you like this video or want to see more like this, or just tell me which book has been in your bookcase the longest and why, comment down below, like the video, and I'll see you guys again next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.